Good morning. I don't know if I'll get through this video in one shot. My dogs are kind of hyperactive and barky this morning. The other day, I had someone trolling my account. And they said, I'm abusive to my dogs, which we know is not true. They were just trying to troll me. And they wanted to bring up that they knew all about dogs. And this is a pet peeve of mine, because their family were dog handlers. Okay. You can't know all about dogs and dog training because Eli. Hey, quiet. Come here. Come. Good boy. You can't know all about dogs and dog training because your family did the work, because your family had the knowledge. If your father is a surgeon, does that mean you could go in and do a surgery? Does that make you knowledgeable? Even though that you would hear the terms and about the procedures from being around your father, being in the house, hearing the phone calls, hearing about cases that your father would be doing, does that mean you would be able to do it because you're familiar with it, because you hear about it? Even if you had had a surgery, or because your dad has the materials lying around, or possibly he had practiced on it when he was going through medical school and you saw him practicing on the dummies at the house for his testings. No, it would not make you capable of doing surgery. It's the same with dogs. There's more to dog training than just saying, sit, zap a button, and a dog knowing how to sit. It doesn't work like that. Roo, don't you start. Quiet. Good girl. Good girl. This weekend, the neighbor's pit bull almost came over that fence. They're all on edge. We have to do something about it, and that's why I can't let them over there today. They're very anxious about it. So, it almost attacked my husband. Come on, baby Roo. Come on, baby. It's not even outside right now, honey. We're okay. Animal control has not given me a call back. I don't know what we're going to do about the situation. He was trying to trim those hedges. I know this is off topic, but those weeds are growing from their side over to our side, and he was trying to trim those, and the dog almost got him. Anyway, back on subject. There's a lot more to dog training than that. You cannot claim to be something just because you made your dog Boo-Boo sit and lay down. It takes more than training your pet dog. It takes more than training just one dog, or training with one trainer with one dog. I have been mentored for years. I've been to seminars that I paid for. I've been trained through jobs doing search and rescue, cadaver work, arson work. I've done sports where it's all obedience that I've won titles in and been in magazines in. I have been in working dog clubs that I've paid dues for years. I've had decades of all of this. You have to learn that every dog is different. Then you have to learn the aspect of it's not just the dogs. You have to train people how to work with their dogs. So it's not all about the dogs. You have to teach people how to communicate with their dogs and encourage them to be consistent with their dogs, and then to be able to teach them how to understand why they need to do this or that for their particular dog, or why this or that method is the best method for their dog. And you cannot use just one method for every dog. It doesn't work that way. I'm not just this kind of trainer, like a Positive Plus trainer, or this kind of trainer, or that kind of trainer. Because not every dog is going to accept this kind of training, or that kind of training, or this tool, or that tool, or method. You will find every dog is different. Each of these 3 dogs here are completely 100% different from each other. Eli is very, very hard-headed. He does not have a huge amount of will to be biddable, even though he's a shepherd. Nani over there was very difficult as a puppy, but she is completely 100% on board as soon as I found out that her style of communication is more like a wolf than a dog. As a puppy, she took her cues differently from me, and she has complete trust in me. The puppy, she's highly intelligent and has no quit in her and no fear. She learns very quickly, and she's highly biddable. That's why she was chosen out of the litter. Every dog is different. Unfortunately, many owners these days, they really don't want to put in the work. They just want to hand you a leash and say, you do it. But my opinion of board and train, because they have to learn how to work their dog after it's over. I can train any of their dogs, yes. But unless they want to learn how to properly communicate with their dog when it's over, hey, quit, quiet. Come here, Rip. Unless they want to, good girl. Unless they want to do it afterwards, it's not going to work. It's not going to do anything for their dog. And don't get me started on this, oh my gosh, this e-collar craze. And they use excuses like, well, I only use tone or I only use vibrate. That's bullshit. The dog is not going to listen to a tone or a vibrate unless they have had it backed up with a shock. Never is a dog going to respond to a vibrate or a tone. I could put an e-collar on this puppy right now and show you a tone and a vibrate, and the puppy's not even going to look at me, not going to stop what it's doing. Unless you have had the shock with the vibrate or the tone, the dog is not going to respond to what a tone is or a vibrate. Any person that has said that is a liar. I'm telling you right now, no dog is going to respond to just the tone or the vibrate if you're trying to use that unless they have felt the shock at least a couple times to back it up. So don't tell me that lie. I know better. There are a few times in my career where I have used an e-collar, but very few. You cannot use an e-collar to do basic training. The dog must have basic training. the real way. You don't use it to make it quicker, to make it faster. That's not doing it right. That's not the correct way. That was started when all these boarding trainers wanted to make it faster so that they could train more dogs at their boarding trains and do it the quick, hard way rather than taking their time and being consistent and doing the job right. Then all these other people saw what the boarding trainers were using to train these dogs, and they go, oh, the professionals are doing it, so I should be doing it too, right? And so everybody else started using the e-collar constantly. No, that's not right. That's not the way you train your dog. That's not how you get a heel on your dog. That's not how you get obedience out of your dog. You have to have the bond, and you train your dog correctly. Your dog has to understand what you're asking it to do before you start correcting it. An e-collar is nothing but a correction tool. It's to quicken the time response of your dog or to correct a dog that is completely blowing you off. It's not a training tool. It's a correction tool. It doesn't teach your dog anything. If you have a collar and leash on your dog, there is absolutely no need for the e-collar unless you're working a competition dog and you want a faster time on the responses. And your dog has to be fully mature and trained before you start doing that. There is no reason for these e-collars to be on these dogs that are training basic training. Enough of that rant. And there should be no need for things like head halties on a dog that is working and long time working. It's not a lifelong tool. It's to train a dog and then take it off the dog. A trained dog should be in a flat collar. They aren't meant to wear tools for the rest of their life. That's not training the dog. Okay, that's the end of my training rant for the day.